Hi guys, in this video I'm going to be sharing this original story that I wrote. I actually wrote it last night as of when I'm recording this, and I just edited it, and now it's ready for me to share with you all. And now it may not be perfect, but I think it sounds pretty good. And this is one of my original sneezing stories. This is actually the my first one on my channel, actually, but this will be the first of many to come, and I hope you'll enjoy this. Okay, and I call this one Butterflies in My Nose. Okay, so let's get started. One afternoon, as I'm walking around in my grandma's garden, I spotted a gate that led to these big, thick trees. I've always wondered what was on the other side, but I had never been brave enough to check it out. But this day was different. I took a deep breath and walked towards the gate and opened it. I then walked through, looking up at the tall, thick trees that stood all around me. I then walked further into the forest. The trees seemed to get bigger and thicker with each step I took. I was about to turn back, but I noticed something off in the distance. I then walked a little further when I came to a beautiful, breathtaking forest, unlike the one with the big, thick trees. It was big and open and beautiful. It honestly looked like something out of a fairy tale. I then walked closer and noticed a full, peaceful lake. The lake was blue, and it had a hint of purple in it from the reflection of the purple flowers that stood around its banks. I stared at the lake completely in awe. I noticed a small, colorful movement in the peripheral. I have a hard time pronouncing that. Vision. In my parental. I need to. Anyway, that's hard for me to pronounce, but anyway. I looked over and saw what looked like tiny specks of what seemed to be butterflies. They were flying everywhere in the air. And as I watched them in fascination, they seemed to be flying closer to me. I could see them clearly now as they got closer, and my eyes widened when I realized how beautiful these butterflies were. Their wings looked so delicate as the afternoon sun beamed down on them. Wings were every color you could think of. Some even had multiple colors in their wings. I admired their beauty as one of the butterflies landed on my nose, and I started giggling. The butterflies were so small I could hardly see them. They were even smaller than a pea. They were so tiny and delicate. I felt almost mesmerized by their beauty. I continued to watch them as they flew around me, landing on my hair and dress. The butterfly on my nose was so small it could rest on the tip of my index finger. It was the most beautiful butterfly I had ever seen. The wings were beautiful sky blue. Then as I stared at the little butterfly on my nose, the butterfly started moving closer to my right nostril, and I couldn't help but giggle again. I tried to blow the little butterfly away, but it only went right back onto my nose. Then it started to move slightly into my nostril, and I could feel its wings start to flutter against my skin. It was a strange feeling, but not unpleasant. I then felt a few more butterflies land on my nose and start to move into my nostrils. The fluttering of their wings felt strange and ticklish. And before I knew it, my nose was full of butterflies fluttering their wings. It was the most ticklish sensation I had ever felt, and I could feel the butterflies fluttering all the way into my nostrils. I tried to sniff, but the little butterflies didn't fly out. Instead, they kept fluttering their wings, tickling the inside of my nose. I'm trying not to sneeze, but it's getting harder and harder to resist the urge. Oh, that really tickles. I then sniff and then I sniff again. I sniffed twice in a row. Actually, it tickles a lot. By now my nose is wiggling and my nostrils are flaring. As I stood there, I could feel the little butterflies frantically flapping their wings inside my nostrils, trying my best to keep my breathing steady and my sneezes at bay, but it was almost like they knew they were affecting me. They began to flutter faster against my nose. Oh, oh. I tried to say, only to give a big sniff. The butterflies go deeper into my nose, and my eyes began to water. I think I'm about to my nose. Oh, I'm gotta I say as my nostrils flare out. I feel the little butterflies fluttering all the way inside my nostrils, and then suddenly one of them moves right onto the sensitive spot inside my nose. And all of a sudden, the urge to sneeze is almost overwhelming. I try to hold in as long as I can, but then my nose begins to vibrate and my face twists involuntary sneezy expression. My nose starts to twitch uncontrollably, and I know that I am about to sneeze. And then, achoo! The force of my sneeze causes me to stagger back a few steps, and as I sneeze, some of the butterflies fly out of my nose, and a few of them fly back towards the lake. The rest just hover around me. I try to calm myself down and take a few deep breaths. Take a large inhale. I can feel the butterflies move back into my nose again, and suddenly my face twists uncontrollably, and I know that I was going to sneeze again. I desperately pant as the butterflies fly further and further into my flaring nostrils. The butterflies are fluttering like crazy. It's almost like they are trying to get as deep into my nose as possible. And as I sniff again, I feel the butterflies going further in. I'm trying not to sneeze, but it's getting harder and harder to hold back. My nose is already twitching. I feel my nostrils flaring out and my nose wiggling like crazy. My eyes water and I try to speak, but all I can do is give another long, deep inhale. When another big tickly sneeze is about to burst out. Achoo! I sneezed again, and then butterflies flutter out of my nose once more. They seem to circle around my nose as if they are teasing me. I try to calm myself down, but my nose is still vibrating. And my face is still twisted up as if I'm about to sneeze again. I take another big sniff, feeling the butterflies move back into my nostrils again. They're fluttering like crazy. And it's like they're trying to find the most sensitive spots inside my nose. I try to keep holding back the sneezes, but my nose is so itchy and sensitive right now, and my face twists involuntarily. But I then realized that holding back the sneezes won't do me any good. I knew that if I wanted the butterflies out, I would have to let myself sneeze. I take another deep breath and allow the butterflies to move further into my nostrils than before. I let the tickle sensations overwhelm me, and I give myself permission to sneeze. My nostrils flaring out my nostrils flaring out, and my face twists uncontrollably. Ha ha ha. I can feel the big tickly sneeze building up inside me like a volcano about to erupt. My eyes are watering, and my nose is twitching furiously. And then it comes out in a big, loud explosive of sound and air propelling the butterflies out of my nostrils and into the air. As I release the mighty sneeze, I feel a strange sense of relief. The butterflies are finally gone from my nose, and the itching and tickling sensations subside. I take a few deep breaths, look around. I then realize that more butterflies are starting to circle around me. Completely still, try not to move a muscle, hoping that they won't go back inside of my nose. But the butterflies don't seem to mind. They're landing on my hair and my shoulders, and I can feel their tiny wings and feet brushing against my skin. As they explore me, I notice that some of them have begun to move further towards my nose again. Oh no, I think to myself, I'm not ready to go through this again. I'm not ready to go through that again. I try to keep my breath slow and steady, but it's hard to stay calm when all these butterflies are flying around me. I can feel the tickle of their wings against my skin, and I can smell their sweet fragrance. And as I look closer, I can see that their colorful wings are... And as I look closer, I can see that their colorful wings are designed with intricate patterns. Even though they're tiny, they're incredibly beautiful. One has golden wings with a trace of silver on the very edge of its wings. And one of the butterfly's wings is the same color as a shiny brand new penny. And one has dark blue wings with light blue spots on its wings. Never before have I seen so many unique and beautiful butterflies. I can't help but admire their unique beauty even as they continue to flutter and move towards my nose again. One of the butterflies lands on my nose once more, and I can feel its wings fluttering against my skin. To stay still, hoping it would fly away on its own, but instead it moves closer to my nostril. I then try and get rid of it and the rest of the butterflies, but they don't seem to want to leave. It's almost as if they like making me sneeze. Please, I say aloud, almost pleading with the butterflies. Just leave me alone. I then get up and begin to go back the way I came. As I go, some of the butterflies follow me. I then begin to run. I then squeeze back into the forest with the tall, thick trees, and I try to make my way back to my grandma's house as fast as I can. Then finally, once I come back to the same mysterious gate, I quickly go through it, and it's as if the butterflies were never there to begin with. I then run closer to the house and go inside, and once I'm safe inside, I sink onto the couch. I can still feel the tickly, fluttering sensation in my nose. It's like the butterflies are still there, even though I know they are not. I lay there for a few minutes, trying to calm down. My mind is racing with thoughts of those beautiful butterflies, and my nose is still tingling. I just hope I will never see them again. The end. I hope you guys enjoyed that.